Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Son of the South podcast. I am your host, Joshua Carney, with my lovely co-host, Allison Vogus. Allison, it's great to see you again.
Hey, it's good to be back here.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into this podcast, I would like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Trifecta Broadheads, the most innovative and versatile broadheads ever made. Get your gravity inducers at trifectabroadheads.com. Allison, let's take it away.
All right, man. This is podcast number, 4 for us? We're making
Are we
our
counting
moves.
the ones that we messed up, or are we just counting
No, because in that case, it would be podcast number 25. But who's keeping track? Not me.
Yeah, no, nobody's counting. We're good. So let's hop into today's podcast. You know, we've had some incredible guests on the podcast here lately, but here's the thing that we've been missing. We've been missing out on who is Allison Vogus. Let's dive into that and let the people know who you are.
That is a question to ask that I'm not sure can be answered. No.
Well, I'm pretty sure people are curious because you have thrown out some really wild suggestions here lately, especially about eating groundhogs and worm jerky.
Yeah, and we will get to that later because the voting has come in and it tied for groundhog and earthworm jerky. So I'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you're going to be the one that's going to be eating it because I'll get to watch you go through that process.
I thought I would mail some of it to you and we could try it together.
Oh,
now that you're in a steady spot that I can mail you some earthworm jerky, let's go, bub.
You know what? You still don't have my address, so I can still play that long game.
Shoot. I will find it. No, but okay. Let's see. What to say? I was born and raised in Indiana. I went to Western Kentucky University. I was a hilltopper. And I got a degree in corporate communications and marketing, which I don't use at all because I am doing lawn care and have been doing lawn care for the past 12 years because I love to be outside. So
let's just be honest. You don't use your degree because you're such a badass. You don't need a degree. Like all the things that you do in life, like I don't think a degree could train you for the stuff that you do.
They don't have degrees in like sticking arms in holes and I don't know.
Okay, you set that up really bad.
I only did that
set that one up really bad.
Right? That sounded terrible.
It sounded absolutely horrible. So let's dive into that one.
Yeah, well, okay. Let's pause and rewind because I did not used to be like this. And we've talked about it. And I kind of have a story similar to yours, but not quite like yours at all. But
your dad shot you too?
No, fortunately. He hasn't. My mom got shot by a BB gun when she was a kid, but that was her brother's.
Those hurt too.
Around. Those probably do, I would say. No, the worst thing I've been shot by is a paintball gun. But when I was younger, I was a big chicken. Like I was afraid, I'm not going to lie, I was afraid of everything. And I played it easy. I didn't if I went hunting with my dad, I didn't take a gun or anything yeah, life was different for me. And then I was in a really bad car accident and I almost died. I didn't die like you died twice. I don't have 9 lives. But
I only think I have 3. I'm just really pushing my third one.
You're gonna push it to the end. Yeah, the Grim Reaper's been chasing you for a while, but it's fine.
You know, every morning I wake up, when I wake up in the morning, my theme song from my alarm clock is Salt Pepper, push it real good. That's my motto of life.
That was the song that I played when I was having my son. But anyway, it's a classic. Yeah, but it totally changed my life. After that, I decided I had one life to live and I challenged myself and I love an adrenaline rush now. If something scares me, I'm probably going to do it as long as there's a good chance of me not dying or getting hurt too bad. So here we are.
As long as there's a chance of you not dying or getting hurt too bad. We are talking about the same person that wants to go and grab pythons.
I feel like I probably won't die. And also, you're going to be there too. So we're tag teaming it. And if the snake's going to take one of us, it's probably going to be you. Let's be honest.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Like I feel like like when people like call me Kevin Hart in like our last video, like I feel like Kevin Hart now. Like I feel like I'm the underdog that's getting picked on, just like thrown to the wolves or snakes in this situation.
Oh, but being thrown to the wolves, like maybe that's setting us up for another adventure. I don't know how, but
What are we gonna do? Wolf tame?
I don't know. Wolves are kind of cool, so that's an interesting subject.
Allison, listen, I seen Tiger King, and you look a lot like Carol Baskin right now.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you just said that.
Oh, holy crap! I didn't mean it like
I'm gonna
physically
start
look
wearing
like
some
Carol
fur.
Baskin. No, I didn't physically mean look like Carol Baskin. Like that's an insult. I mean like your theory of like using me as bait. Like you're starting to give me like the Carol Baskin imagery, not the physical part of it.
I see where you're coming from.
Okay, glad I clarified that.
I got you. I'm with you.
Whew, guys, I saved myself on that one.
Barely. No, I can see it. I got a little crazy in my eyes. It's fine. No, but
so let's dive into the part that we just kind of completely skipped over. You sticking your arms in holes, because I think people are going to be very questioning that one a lot, because I'm still scratching my head to where you're leading with that one.
So a few years ago, actually back in college, I saw Girls Gone Grabbling, and I was like, I totally want to do this someday, but didn't know how or where. And it's illegal in Indiana, so where I live now, I can't do it anyway. But my friend Alyssa invited me to Alabama to go catfish noodling, like randomly. We hadn't even met yet in person, but we chatted a little bit online, and for some reason she got it in her head that she wanted to invite me. I'm very grateful for that. So we went in Tennessee and had a ball. I was hooked after that first bite. I was like sold. And it was terrifying. Like the first time is terrifying because you're going underwater. This is when catfish are spawning, and they're in the holes, they're laying eggs, and so they're protecting their eggs. And so you have to go underwater. You hold your breath. You don't have goggles or anything. You can't see these fish. And you stick your arm in the hole and you wait for them to bite you, or you try to catch them. Sometimes they don't bite. My first catfish was a blue cat. They will almost always bite, and very hard. But it was such a rush and such a fun experience, and I've been hooked ever since. So that was about 4 years ago, I think.
So now the difference, and so like you've taken me with you a couple of times, and like I haven't had the pleasure of getting bit by a blue cat, which I don't think that I want to after hearing all of the horror stories about it. So like, what's the difference in the blue cats and the flatheads, or the would it be channel? They're not channel cats; they're yellow cats.
They're not channel cats, but they're kind of similar to channel cats with like their mouths a bit. I think like a channel cat will bite pretty hard too, but they're a lot smaller. Like blue cats will get pretty similar in size to flatheads, even bigger. I mean, I've seen some like 70, 80 pounders caught out of the Ohio River on rod and reel. But the biggest difference I would say is that they're way more aggressive, and they can apply more pressure in their bite. Their mouths are a little bit smaller than the flatheads, and they can apply a lot more pressure. So like they'll feed on clams, and I've heard like even turtles. I've seen like turtle shells cracked and stuff by blue cats, and so the way things they feed on, I believe, are a little bit different. I'm not that sure because I'm more used to catching flatheads, but the biggest difference is the bite, like I said. And so I would compare it to like a bulldog being a blue cat and a chihuahua being
okay. I think you're being very generous on the chihuahua part.
Yeah, chihuahuas are vicious. You're right. It's more like
the one that bit me was definitely not a chihuahua. I'm just being honest there.
I'm just saying, compared to a blue cat, it's like a chihuahua. So imagine the difference. Like a bulldog Chihuahua. It's like having your hand smashed like in a car door versus somebody closing a book on your hand. Like,
Okay, I could see a theory. I could see a
yeah,
theory.
it hurts. Like, it don't feel good. I promise. They'll break your fingers, but I
Yeah, I
get.
think Brit Jew had her finger broken by a blue cat, right?
No, that was a flathead, and it spun on her finger. It had gotten a hold of her thumb somehow and like rolled. So they'll roll, and that's just mean too. Like, yeah, they'll do a death roll, like gator roll type of thing, and they'll just spin on you. But I've had my buddy Spencer has had several fingers broken by blue cats, and then I think Alyssa's husband Cody had his wrist broken by a blue cat.
So like this is like a pretty. I mean, of course it's dangerous going into it because I mean you're going underwater, you're fighting a fish, and you don't know how big it is. But then the fact that it's twisting and turning and doing death rolls underwater, I mean, like it could be a very dangerous situation.
Yeah, it can be, but you're usually not by yourself. I mean, I've never gone by myself, so I'm always confident that somebody will pull me out if worse comes to worse. And if, I break a couple fingers, fine. I'm like, that's not a big deal. Those will heal. But I'd rather not. I try to be careful.
So hearing all of this, did your toughness come in after your car accident? Because you said you were a chicken before, and then after the car accident, is that when things just kind of changed? You had like a midlife crisis epitome right there.
Yeah, that's what happened. Like in my accident, I broke. I think we talked about it in the last episode. My arm went through the driver's side window, and it was completely like shredded and broke. And then I broke 2 ribs and punctured and collapsed a lung. Broke my tailbone.
Is this when you had the veterinarian do your doctoring?
Later, that was later. Yeah, initially I was flown to the hospital, but a few months later, I was just tired of going to the doctor because the glass, like when windshield glass breaks, it's I forget the word, but it doesn't break in like shards. It's to protect you. They'll break in like to where it won't be so sharp. And so they were coming out of my arm, but I had to keep getting them like cut out because they'd like make their way to the surface under my skin, and then I'd have to get them cut out, and I got tired of that. So that's why I went to the vet, and I was like, here, you do it.
So I had a similar situation a couple of years ago. I had a bullet fragment, not a bullet fragment, the whole bullet was surfacing under my rib cage. It moved, it was surfacing under my ribs, and I didn't want to go to the hospital to get it taken out. So I the girl I was dating at the time, she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, there's this bullet fragment coming out of my rib cage, and like I don't want to go to the hospital because I don't want to pay that medical bill." So I just got that old Henry Buck knife and lit a fire to it, put some alcohol on, and just cut it out of my side. Yeah, I just sliced it out. She was like, "Well, what is wrong with you?" I was like, "That's a loaded question, but you know what? The better question is, what is wrong with you? Because you're here dating me, so."
I don't know why she didn't help you. You just had to do it yourself. Jeez.
No. Like, so this is a FaceTime. Like, she wasn't actually there.
Oh, girl. Oh my God.
She probably would have threw up and all that stuff. Like, I mean, it was not pretty at all. And I was like, yeah, it's just another Tuesday for me. Just, cowboy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, if we're going to go out west and do this little, this 50-mile cattle drive, like, I mean, we got to be tough. So, I mean, like, cutting bullets out of your side is Western. This is Western as it is.
That is pretty Western. Yeah, it's pretty Western. 10,000%. Yeah, we got this. I have no doubt.
Absolutely. I'm just glad that you're working on your rodeo roping skills because I'm going to need someone that if I can catch the head of the cow, you can catch the heels.
I've got a long way to go when it comes to a lasso. I am not that skilled. I'm not that good with my hands.
Can you set a snare? If you could set a snare, we can make it work. Just like lay it on the ground and like let the cow run through it.
Yeah,
and just,
I can do that.
Legs.
I totally.
Well, we're good. We're good. Just
and
modern day
horses. I've got horses or had horses, and yeah, I know a bunch of different knots. I was on the fire department for several years. Like I can get Western.
Well, let's go. Let's go get Western. That's going to happen this spring. So we got plenty of time to prepare for it, but it's going to happen.
That'd be cool. I'd love to do that.
So we dove into your fishing lifestyle. Let's go into the hunting aspect of things because you've killed some pretty dang on good deer here in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I love whitetail. There's just something about it that's that's my time to get in the woods and get away from everything. And like,
Yeah.
it's almost like meditation for me in a way. But then there's also that adrenaline rush when a big buck steps out and you're like, get the shakes. Yeah,
I don't know
I
the feeling.
haven't,
I shoot spikes.
man,
We call
sometimes the
that.
spike steps out and I'm still shaking. But,
Well, I'm from
uh,
Louisiana, so like we call that Louisiana. That's a Southern 11-pointer right there.
man, I don't know. There's just something special about whitetail, but it's like people get really obsessed with whitetail hunting, and I'm not gonna lie, I have just as much fun like small game hunts, because that's what I grew up on, like quail hunting, dove season's coming up. Man, I freaking love sitting out there with friends and like shooting doves and then having some poppers later. Like rabbit season is a ball. I love working with dogs. I love having dogs with us. I kill you. You grew up rabbit hunting, so you know all about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just I don't know. Like I can't say I have a favorite season. I love hunting with a bow, so I think that's an added perk to whitetail. And I went on an elk hunt out in Colorado with a couple of friends 2 years ago. 3 years ago, I think we went for 2 weeks, and that was incredible. I mean, I didn't manage to be successful with an elk. One of the guys said he shot a cow, but it was just such an incredible experience. And I don't know, there's each hunt is different and unique in its own way. And yeah, I don't have a favorite. Do you have a favorite season?
Absolutely. I love chasing cougars. I mean, not like in the.
I thought you were going to say turkeys, and I was going to be like, duh, Allison. Turkey is definitely one of my top, but.
I knew that you were going to like, I think you expected me to say turkey. So
I did.
I had to throw that one in there. But, turkey is absolutely my favorite thing to chase. Like, I absolutely love chasing turkeys. It's a love-hate relationship for me. I got shot turkey hunting, and then I came out of it sounding like a turkey, and like now it's like I'm gifted to be a turkey killer. Like I mean, like that was God's plan his whole time. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna make this one a little special. We're gonna put it's kind of like how they say sugar and spice and everything nice is how they make like little girls. Well, it was like shotgun lead and like Dr. Bill's and like all the medical mishaps is gonna make a turkey killer. Like just. That was God's plan for me. So, I'm not mad about it. So turkey is absolutely my favorite. I was in my place this morning, and of course, like I just moved in here. There's no furniture, so it echoes really well. And oh my God, the acoustics for the turkey sounds that I was making this morning, like it would have made me.
Your neighbors have to be so confused. I'm surprised you haven't gotten a call from your landlord, like, dude, he's got a whole flock of turkeys in his room. He's raising birds.
Oh yeah, no, it sounded like phenomenal, and like I mean, like in this room here, like, I mean, there's a little bit of an echo, but in my room, like my place, like it's like phenomenal. Like I thought that, like if I closed my eyes and I just sat there and imagined for a second, it's like, man, like I am in the woods. Like this is like a crisp spring morning. I got that bird. He's just. I was like, man, it was so crisp.
Oh
and I
my
was
gosh,
like,
that's beautiful. Damn, I'm good.
I don't know. I don't normally brag on myself that much, but this morning, like I patted myself on the back, and like I even like Shadow came up and gave me his paw and shook my hand. Like, Dad, you did a good job on that one.
I feel like it's similar to when you sing in the shower. Like I can't really sing, but if I'm in the shower, I'll be like, oh man, is that Adele? Like. Harry Underwood, look at me. But yeah.
So like I don't have the same experience when I sing in the shower. Like when I sing in the shower, like the shower head turns and it tries to drown me because I sound that bad. Oh yeah, singing's not my thing.
Oh God.
But going back into that, like I said, turkey's my favorite. But for you, like you've been like super successful when it comes to turkeys. I mean, every bird you've killed just about has multiple beards. I mean, like you were pretty impressive when it comes to killing turkeys.
I have hit. Sorry about my dog. I have hit the turkey lottery. Pixel, no. Good thing I can cut that out.
You've been like really good when it comes to turkey hunting. Like killed some multiple bearded birds, and I'm a little bit jealous of it, honestly.
To be honest, I have surprised myself. Like, it has not been on purpose. I haven't targeted these birds, but somehow in my life, I've killed for a while there. I had killed just as many multi-bearded birds as I had just single bearded toms. My second turkey ever was a quadruple bearded tom, and I think total was like 20 or 30 inches of beard, like, because the one was like 10 and a half, the second was almost 10, and like all of them were pretty long besides the fourth one. I definitely awesome. That one's mounted. But and then I think the next year or the year after, I shot a double bearded tom 3 years in a row. And it was crazy because it wasn't all the same properties. So I don't know. I'd walk up to the bird and I'd be like, oh my God, it has 2 beards. And then the next year, the same thing. And then the next year I went to Kansas, and we actually thought it was a tom because he was gobbling back to us. There were 2 of them, and they were coming in. And so as soon as I saw the head, I was like, bam, dropped him. And it was a Jake, but it was a double bearded Jake. I was like, this is no way that just happened.
I swear you have a rabbit foot in your hunting bag somewhere.
I know. I wish that I could say it crossed over to all other aspects of my life, but like I should go play the lottery or something. But no, it's just for some reason when it comes to turkeys, I get good specimens.
Well, we're gonna have to go on a turkey hunt this spring, and like you're gonna have to like give me some of your like good mojo or something like that, because I've only killed one double beard, and it was a Jake's. I mean, honestly, it was a very rough situation, kind of like yours.
Yeah.
I was in Kentucky, and it's a crazy situation. I was in Kentucky, and I was guiding someone, and I set her up on a place. And I was like, I'm gonna go and go set up on this place in the back. We heard some birds gobble back there earlier that morning, and I set up on a bird, and I'm sitting in a valley, and the deer runs across the top of the hill. And I'm like, what the heck? And right behind a deer, there's a turkey chasing a deer. And like all I could see was a red head. I was like, oh, that's a freaking tom. Like, let's go. So I shoot him, and it's a Jake, but it's a double bearded Jake. But I've seen like deer and turkey interact with each other, but I've never seen a turkey chase off a deer. You would have thought like it was like a dog chasing a deer. A deer run through there, and this bird was like right behind, probably 2 minutes behind this deer, and that was his last step. But it was great. That was my only 2 bearded bird, and I was proud of him. So like, I just need to get a little bit of your good luck charm, and see if I can make that happen. Yeah.
This will be because I think I need to pass it on to somebody else. It's your turn. You're gonna shoot like a 15 bearded tom. I don't need that much attention on me. Like, people are already looking at me. I don't need that much attention. just give me 2. I'm happy with 2. Okay. Well, we can do it. We'll make it happen. But speaking of like weird turkey stories, my buddy actually had, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but he had a bald eagle. He was calling it a tom. He had a bald eagle swoop down and grab the tom as it was making its way into him. He has it on video. Swooped down, picked up the tom, and then dropped it, because I guess it was, you know how they fight anyway, but dropped it. And then I think 30 minutes later, that same tom made it back in, and then he killed it. But so he got it, crazy. Not the eagle, but that's why America.
I seen a video. I think this is maybe in Florida. This is a couple months ago. Guy was turkey hunting, and an eagle came down and was chasing birds, and it chased the bird right to him. And like, it was like the eagle swooped down, it was chasing it, and like he shot the bird right in front of the eagle in mid-flight. It was the craziest thing ever. Super crazy hunt. But like, I didn't know that. I knew that eagles are pretty aggressive and like they go for bigger animals, but I didn't know that they went after turkeys. But this video here is insane.
Yeah, that's nuts. And we're getting like eagle populations are blowing up here, so I'm kind of worried about our poor turkeys, but it's fine. I love seeing bald eagles, so.
You're the one that wants to get to falconry. I think it'll be cool if you just figure out a way to like legally own a pet eagle.
I am dying. Yeah, you know what? I was dying to get a falcon, but an eagle would be even better. There's a
Can you
falconry. We got to talk about this.
can you imagine like how badass you would be as an American and just like walk around everywhere with a freaking eagle on your arm?
I want it
Like
on my
no one could tell
shoulder
you.
like a pirate.
Yeah, no one could tell you anything like at all. I think if you physically like if you owned an eagle, like I don't even think Uncle Sam could tell you anything. You need to pay your taxes. I'm like, no, my eagle says I don't. Freedom.
My eagle that I'm naming Kraken. I'm telling you, I'm gonna name it Kraken so then I can be like, release the Kraken, and then it takes off and like talons a rabbit and brings it back for me for dinner, or a squirrel,
So
or a
speaking of
groundhog
falconry,
since we don't have that.
oh, there's plenty around here where I am, and like I think that you know what I think that I'm just gonna go and like shoot one for us so we can have like because I mean I think it was a tie for like the worm jerky and groundhog. So like
Yeah.
I'll supply the groundhog, and you have already bought the worm jerky, which is this is just it's gonna be a terrible idea.
So, uh, yeah, there was a tie. Like, sadly, the zebra tarantula didn't make it. Thank God, I did not want to eat that thing.
Allison, I
But
don't
we
want to
tied
eat
for
worm
groundhog and
jerky.
earthworm jerky. So, are you saying that you are going to cook? You're going to try the groundhog, and I'm going to try the earthworm?
I mean, if I can kill one of these groundhogs here in this apartment complex and not get kicked out, absolutely.
I mean, I
But the
have a
likelihood,
groundhog here that we can take care of. I think there's plenty of farmers who have them that want them gone, so I can find you some groundhog.
well, I mean, like let's figure something out and like let's make it happen because like I need the safety of a housing situation, so like I'm not gonna risk it over a rodent.
I don't blame you, but I'll cook it for you. But you have to try it.
No, hey, hell no, I don't
Yeah,
trust.
I'm good.
No,
It's all
I
about the
don't.
slow
You know,
cook. You cook it like a squirrel, like squirrel.
that's
I
not the
make
problem.
great squirrel gravy.
Yeah,
What
that's
is
not the problem.
what
The
is the
problem
problem?
is you're gonna throw something in a pot and say that it's groundhog and it's not really gonna be groundhog. And like as soon as I eat it, you go like, hey, you just ate testicles. And like I'm not like if I can like I mean if I can watch you like prepare it, I'm good. But like I know you, Allison. Like you're gonna try and slip it a little something extra, and it's gonna be like, oh, this is just like the tenderloins of the groundhog, and it's gonna be like mountain oysters.
Listen, I'm gonna get you to try them someday, and then you're gonna be like, man, I'm coming to the testicle festival this year. I can't wait. When is it? And you're gonna be there with bells on. Like, give me all
Mm-mm.
the bowl balls. Let's go. I
Allison,
can
I
see
think the
it.
only
I can see it
bells
now.
I think the only bells that are going to be at the festival are going to be cut off and into a pot.
They are, and then they're gonna be fried. It's free, Josh. You get them for free. You just have to buy the beer. I'll get you a T-shirt.
So that's what's the cheapest meat on the market? Deer testicles because it's under $1.
That's a great dad joke.
Yeah, it was
No,
pretty
I
bad.
saw some
Actually.
really weird meat yesterday at Jungle Gyms. So for anybody out there listening who doesn't know what Jungle Gyms is, it's like a theme park, but it's a grocery store. There's
Hmm.
200,000 square feet. It's massive. Um, and it's like foods from all over the world. And they've got a cheese room. They've got a dang butter display, like a butter wall, a wall of sodas. There was everything flavored. Like there was an enchilada soda. There was a
An
maple.
inch of what?
Yeah, they had an enchilada flavored soda. They had all these different flavors, like from grass to dirt. To some of them were good. They had like a cookie dough soda. They had a carrot cake soda. Um, I ended up buying a maple bacon soda, so maybe you
That doesn't
can.
sound bad.
I know it doesn't sound terrible. It doesn't sound that good, but I'm gonna
It
try
sounds
it.
like
We'll
really
see.
sweet. So
Maybe
like
I'll
here's the
use
deal.
it to wash down the earthworm jerky.
So here's the deal. Like I'm from the South, so like our sweet tea is just pretty much like maple syrup. So like it'll probably taste like sweet tea for me.
You're probably right. You probably like it.
I
I'll
probably
try
would,
it.
and I'd probably be going to Jungle Gyms or whatever it's called to find some more.
Jungle Gyms. But their meat section, they had full on. There was like goat heads. There's pig heads. There was ground camel, yak. I'm sure there were several varieties of Rocky Mountain oysters. I guarantee.
Disgusting.
They had everything. And my brother. Okay, so here's what happened. Here's how I came upon the earthworm jerky. Austin, listen. I told you there would be 3 people that listened to the podcast, and my brother was one of them. So I knew.
Thank you for that, Austin.
Yeah, and so he comes up to me and he's like, "Allison, guess what I found?" And I'm like, "What?" Yeah, here's the earthworm jerky. It was the very last bag. So I'm hoping.
Our luck.
It's gonna be good. It says, here are the ingredients: earthworm jerky marinated in sweet chili sauce. Oh my gosh. I'm going to make my brother try this too. This is terrible.
You know what, Allison?
It's grilled earthworms.
Here's the deal, Allison. I don't think that we should give the audience a tease anymore. I think you just need to open that bag up right now.
Are you filming?
Go ahead. Just go ahead and eat earthworm.
I'm going to open it
right now.
I'm going to open it.
Just give us a little
Because
sample.
I'm not a big sissy. I'm not a big sissy like you, and I'm also really curious.
Oh, see, like you know how to pull my man card, but it's not working right now.
Dang
you
it!
did
I'm
it with
gonna
the
get you to eat.
noodling.
You're eating the groundhog.
I'll eat the groundhog. I'm not eating this one.
Okay, this says grilled earthworm, marinade, sugar, red chili, garlic, and water and salt. So that doesn't sound too bad. So I had a friend who she used to teach survival classes, and in her class, she made earthworm cupcakes. Oh God, these! Oh, look at this! Look at these! For anybody watching the video, wait, where's my camera? Yeah, that's definite worm. Let me take it out of the bag because I can see the ridges of the worm skin.
What's it? I want to give like a
ridges.
What's it smell like?
Look at that. It actually smells pretty good. It smells like jerky. No joke. It smells like real jerky. It don't look like it looks like worms. It looks like a worm. It's a worm. That's a worm. Okay.
I just caught a whiff of it from here. Like I just want to vomit.
It smells like, all right, I'm going to try this. Anyway, yeah, she made earthworm cupcakes. And she said, I guess you have to cleanse the worms. Like you cleanse them of the dirt. You put them in water or something for a week.
So like crawfish.
Yeah, just like that. And they do the same for crickets. Before, if you're going to eat crickets, you put them in like a bucket with apples, and then they eat the apples and they cleanse out everything else so that they taste better.
Oh, I just eat crickets out of the fishing bucket. I mean, it's guts and all.
Man, I'm used to. Yeah, see, I think
you're
feeding fish the worms. I'm used to feeding fish the worms. All right, here we go. Taking a bite.
You're procrastinating. Here we go.
Oh,
the crunchiness sounds terrible.
Honestly, I'd rather it be crunchy than squishy.
Whole thing, Allison. Whole thing.
Oh, God. The initial flavor is not bad. But then the more you chew it, the more it gets to the wormy part.
That's disgusting.
I don't want to swallow this.
I am so glad
so
you did
chewy.
that. I'm so glad you don't have my address right now.
Oh my God. Oh, nope. Oh God. Okay. Never. I'm not eating. I'm sending this. You're trying this. I gotta get some water.
Nope. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Allison just ate earthworm jerky. You guys.
It got worse. It got worse voted. The more I ate it.
You guys voted and Allison ate it. So if you want to get her to eat something weird on the next episode, comment, say what you want her to eat, and she's going to do it. But you know what?
I'm doing this once a month. You're doing the next one.
You're
doing the groundhog.
I'll do the next one. Well, we had 3 choices, so I think the next 3 choices should be different, and we'll let the audience pick what the next 3 choices are going to be, and I have to eat whatever it is from there.
I don't know why those earthworms were so bad. Like honestly, the flavor wasn't bad, but it was so chewy I couldn't chew it. I would have thought it'd be easier to chew. It didn't. I'm pretty sure I still got earthworm in my teeth. I got some earthworms stuck in my teeth.
I am so glad that you did that, not me.
So, fun fact, I used to have a worm farm when I was in high school, and I sold worms to local bait shops in the county. So 25 worms a cup, I made $1 a cup, and yeah, that's how I made my money back in high school.
See, now you just need to like dehydrate them.
Apparently I did it all wrong. I should just start. You're right. I can just start digging them up, and I grill them and then throw them in a marinade, because these things were $7. This pack was $7. Like,
that's insane. That's insane. We're
There's
doing it
not
wrong.
that many worms in this package. It's a delicacy, and it's from Thailand. You're right. I need to do it myself. Ugh.
So, like, give us a rundown of like what it tastes like.
Okay. So initially you get like that jerky flavor of like salt and spicy barbecue type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it's just so chewy you can't chew it. And then the marinade flavor disappears, and I can't say it tastes like dirt, but it tastes like a mix of earthiness and like really bad meat. Like, it's not something I've eaten crickets before that didn't have that kind of flavor. It's not good. It's not. I wouldn't recommend. 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
Like disgusting or good?
Like 1 is disgusting, 10 is good.
I mean, I've probably had as far as disgusting goes, I give it like a 4.
You get really? That's pretty high.
Worse. It could be worse. Like if I had to do it again, I would suffer through it. But
I mean, well, you have a whole bag to suffer through.
I'm not going to snack on this earthworm jerky, and eventually I'm going to get you to try some.
Oh my goodness.
I should just, you know what? I'm going to tell people I have some deer jerky. I'll be like, look, I have a new jerky recipe. Do you want to try it? I'm going to take it to camp on a duck hunt or something. Mm-hmm. Be like, hey guys, need some jerky?
Yeah, and that right there is why I will not eat anything unless I watch you cook it.
I can't wait to see people try it and then like try to chew through it, because it's nearly impossible. Be like, oh, Allison, your recipe's so good, and just fake it.
As if I didn't have enough trust issues, you're going to give me warm jerky and tell me it's what, deer jerky?
Well, you already know my plan, so I'm not going to give it to you, but
I don't know, like I'm way smarter. Unless I watch you cook it, it's not going to happen.
You're only accepting things from me that are like prepackaged.
Yeah, exactly.
Sealed. Yeah. No, I'm totally doing that. I'm going to do like a duck hunt this winter and with some buddies and be like, hey, you guys hungry? I got some jerky. It's a new recipe. I'll tell them it's like snow goose or something. Snow goose is pretty chewy. I've tried it.
That's so bad. Your friends are going to love you and hate you at the same time. Make sure you record that, please.
I kind of like your idea, though. I could start, selling to bait shops again, but also making my own earthworm jerky and like.
Yeah, especially if you marinate it better.
Yeah. Yeah, it just needs a better marinade. I'll get Sway to taste test it for me. Like
you found it on Amazon, right?
Yeah, it was on Amazon too. It's a bigger bag on Amazon. It's like $20. This one was $7 for this tiny little bag. And it looks like what they did is they took the worm and cut it into pieces, and they like sliced it open and like took out the insides. So it didn't have any insides to it. It's like just the earthworm skin.
So like I'm looking at a bag of earthworm jerky, and they sold over 1,000 bags at $20.
What? Dude, I've got so many earthworms back here because we raise sheep. So I just got to cleanse those puppies and grill them up. We got a brand new grill too. Let's go.
Here's
Josh,
a
we can
bag of
sell them on your website.
here's a bag of scorpions, diving beetles,
Oh,
a giant water scorpion. Like there's
ooh.
all kind of bugs.
I
Oh,
know. I saw locusts and silkworms yesterday.
look at that.
I got Sway a scorpion sucker. It's got a scorpion in the middle of it. He's eating it. He's so excited because he's almost to the claws. And I'm like, good God. My son is freaky.
I mean, I try scorpions, scorpion sucker. I don't think that'd be terrible.
It's not
I mean,
bad.
'cause
Like,
I think
he's actually going to eat the scorpion, I think. I wasn't prepared for that.
well, yeah. I mean, it's like eating a cricket. I mean, have you had the like the cheddar cheese crickets?
Yeah, I like those. Oh, they had 20 different flavors of crickets at Jungle Gyms. They had creamsicle flavor. They had dill pickle. They had buffalo ranch.
Creamsicle cricket?
Yeah, they were creamsicle. They were like sweeter ones. They have buffalo ranch. I almost bought some of those. I was like, but I could do some buffalo ranch crickets. They had cricket powder for cooking. They had, dude, it was nuts. They had like cricket granola. They had cricket everything.
So I think that we need to take this episode a step further and like go do a video at Jungle Gyms
We should.
and just try all the weird stuff. Well, you're gonna try most of it.
No, that's your, I will be so sick. I'm going to be like, I'm going to have to do such a worm cleanse after that. We'll definitely have to do the worm cleanse because there's no telling what types of parasites I'm going to get from eating all these bugs and everything else in that store. They had like rotten fermented soybeans. I forget. They have everything.
Why?
And they have like the hottest of the hot sauces. There's a chip challenge. There's a new chip challenge that's like hotter than the Carolina Reaper pepper. That it's a duel. You have 2 chips. We could do that. I'll duel you in a chip.
Oh hell no! I don't do spicy. Like I am the hottest thing that my life can handle right now.
But no, I'm down to go back. We spent 5 hours in this place. I'm telling you, it's insane. And I'm a foodie, so like I loved it. I spent way too much money there.
Well, let's plan for going there and just making a day, like a vlog of it, and like post it in like to match up to this episode, just to like follow up, like, hey, like we tried it with the crickets, and then we had to go back for more because the content that you guys saw from that was great enough for us to dive into this rabbit hole of eating weird stuff.
I do want to try some camel. They had ground camel there. I don't know how much it was. I need to go. I want to try some ground camel. I bet.
Do they have samples there?
Do they have what?
Samples.
Samples? No, I wish they did. So that would have saved me a lot of time. I could have tried something and been like, nope, not this. They need samples. But yeah, you can sample beer. Like there's a bar in the middle of it and a restaurant. And they have sushi. They have freaking everything.
So for people that want to know where this place is, can you give us a location of where this
There's one in
really
Cincinnati.
exotic place?
This one is Cincinnati, and the other one is I think Fairfield. Is in Fairfield, like an hour away, maybe an hour south of it or north. I'm not sure. I don't know. I went to the one in Cincinnati. But yeah, I actually think Jungle Gyms has its own podcast. So for people interested, then go check out the Jungle Gyms podcast. Maybe we can collab.
We should definitely collab after we get out of the hospital from puking up all of our guts.
Oh gosh, I just can't. I'm thank God I'm done with this earthworm jerky. I could do crickets again and
What
again
are
and
you
again.
done with it? I think you should give it a round two. Because what's your motto? I'll try it once to see if I like it, then I'll try it again and make sure I don't like it. I mean, at least that's my motto.
That's kind of the motto I go by too. But I'm fairly certain it took me so long to chew that thing that I got it almost 2 rounds.
Yeah, nothing about that sounded exciting or even appetizing. Like when you suggested it, no.
I think the groundhog will be way better. But I
don't think it'd be bad.
I think we'll have to do this again next month and let people maybe either send in recommendations on what to eat or we'll have another voting thing. like another poll.
I think we should definitely do that.
And then it'll be your turn. I'm just kidding.
So
I actually kind of like trying it, so I'll keep trying stuff. It's fine.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have made it this far into the podcast, if you give us recommendations on some weird and crazy stuff that you would like for us to eat and see our reaction to eating this weird and crazy stuff, drop a line either on our social media channels. Mine is Son of the South or Son of the South TV. Allison is Allison Hunter Bogus. Drop us a line and tell us what kind of crazy, wild things you would like us to try out. And we'll see if we can have it on the show. If we can find it, we will try it. And if we can't find it and you have a place that you can get your hands on it, well, you can send it to one of our P.O. boxes. Allison, what's our P.O. box?
P.O. Box 152, Santa Claus, Indiana, 47579.
If you send it to the P.O. box, well, we will open it up and we will give it a try. So if you got some weird, crazy stuff, well, we're weird and crazy. We'll like to try it.
Oh, gosh. What if they poison? I don't know about this, Joe.
Have you made some enemies out there?
Like, is that what they said it was?
Have we made some enemies out there already? They're trying to poison us through the mail.
I feel like people won't do that. We'll find out. And with that, you know what? I think we ought to end this minisode.
Ladies and gentlemen, we really don't want to be poisoned.
Please don't poison us.
Please don't poison us. But if you have any recommendations on weird, wild, crazy foods, we would love to hear it and we would love to give it a try. But as far as this episode of Son of the South podcast, it has come to an end. It has been fun. I am so glad Allison tried the earthworm jerky for you guys. It's so entertaining on my end, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. And that's it for this round of Son of the South podcast. But let's not forget, this podcast is brought to you by Trifecta Broadheads. Get your hands on some Trifecta Broadheads at trifectabroadheads.com. Guys, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.